there guys, welcome to the channel, Talking with Jay Springer. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Hello there guys, welcome to the Journey to Spider-Man Far From Home YouTube series. And we're on our journey to the Far From Home release on the 2nd of July. I'm super pumped to see that movie. But on today's video guys, I'm going to be giving you the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie review. I'm going to go through it, give the good, the bad points and everything in between. Don't forget to leave your ratings and thoughts of course down below in that comment section of course. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so without further ado, let's jump straight into it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, this came out in 2014, directed by Mark Webb again. This is 2 hours and 22 minutes long and is an action-adventure sci-fi movie. And the story of this is when New York is under siege by Oscorp, it is up to Spider-Man to save the city he swore to protect, as well as his loved ones. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is it opens up with Peter's parents. It gives us a story throughout the movie and gives us hints of their story and what happened to them, why they disappeared and left Peter. And it was all understandable as the story went on. It was actually very enjoyable. I think we should have got it more in the first movie, but they saved a lot and improved a lot in this movie, and this was one of the points. Another thing leading on to this is that there was actually motives for Peter's character in this movie, and it weren't like the first movie where he had a motive and he jumped to the next one, jumped to the next one. He actually had a motive throughout the whole movie of trying to figure out what happened to his parents, and I really enjoyed it. It made it more entertaining, and they were some of the parts which I really enjoyed. Technically, this movie looks great. CGI, cinematography and editing were top notch. But really, the movie was so much more colourful, which everybody complained about in the first movie. It was so dark, as well as the story was dark. Now, the suit was a problem for me in the last movie as well, and they definitely improved it. It looks so much better compared to the first movie. This was an actual Spider-Man costume, which I could look at and go, do you know what? It looks badass. The humour throughout the movie, for the majority, was okay. The script and the dialogue was much better in this movie compared to the first movie. And we get to see so much more of that web slinging action when it comes to Spider-Man going through the city, doing some cool acrobatic stuff in the air. We get to see a lot more of Spider-Man and it looks great. The main scene for me which represents Spider-Man as a hero and what Spider-Man brings is the scene where he helps a bullied young child who's pretty much his project got broken, and basically Peter, Spider-Man, fixes it for him and walks him out, and you get to see the bond between kids and Spider-Man and how it just looks great. That is Spider-Man to a T. Gwen's death in the movie is a key part, of course, and it actually hit me quite hard. Now, a lot of people criticise the Amazing Spider-Man movies a lot, and rightfully so in your own opinions, but for me, I really took this quite hard, and I think Emma Stone's performance was the key to this. The build up to, I'm a woman, I can make my own decisions whether I'm with you or without you, and it just felt powerful, and it was a great speech and build up to this death. I have Andrew Garfield playing as Spider-Man and Peter in this movie, and I've got to say he done a great job again in this movie. I really like seeing him as Spider-Man and Peter. Obviously going further on, I enjoy Tom Holland more, but I do like what Andrew Garfield brings, and I like the fact of all these Spider-Mans, they bring something different to the character, and also the director's choice in that as well, obviously how they want Spider-Man to be and Peter to be on the screen. Jamie Foxx as the main bad guy of this movie as Electro and Max. I really got to say, Electro looked awesome. I think they've done a great job of making him look how he looked, and how he actually went through the movie and what he done through the movie, his purpose of the movie. I really enjoyed this character, and a great performance, of course, from Jamie Foxx. We have Dane DeHaan as the Goblin in this movie, and I've got to say, him as the Goblin, he was really creepy, and the whole build up to him obviously becoming the Goblin, and the story behind him did make sense, and I did enjoy Dane DeHaan's performance as the Goblin. Aunt May in this movie, I felt like she was a lot more involved in the movie and as well flushed out as a character. We understand her motives in this movie a lot more, and she just has a lot more to do, which was great compared to the first movie. On to the bad points. Now, the bad points about this movie is, even though I love Andrew Garfield playing as Spider-Man and Peter, I've got to say his character in this movie took a whole lot of the youthfulness out of it compared to the first movie. Obviously, I think due to him being out of school and stuff, probably is a thing, and as well as him being a big public figure who kids look up to, he just really looks a lot older in this movie, and it took the youthfulness out of it. The whole will they be together, will they not be together, between the romance between obviously Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy and obviously Andrew Garfield as Peter, will they be together, will they not? That played out so much throughout the whole movie, as well as the end of the first movie. It just feels like it took up so much time, it could have been really condensed and cut out a lot. But we have Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Now, I did enjoy her performance as a whole, really I did, but the problem I have is the Gwen Stacy character movie is really a repetition of the first movie. Obviously a bit more powerful in the whole powerful woman aspect of I'm going to stand and make my own decisions, but really the character still was mesmerised by Peter doing the same things from the first movie, and really didn't have much to add in this movie. Could have really been taken out, and it could have took a lot of that romance, will they not be together, all that sort of stuff out of it, and probably made it a better movie, to be honest with you. So I don't think her character was great in the movie. I did enjoy her performance though. Dane DeHaan was great as the Goblin, but him as Harry Osborn, I just didn't like it. I really didn't. He was talking like that, and he was talking very, very slow, and that really bugs me, and especially as we got the performance obviously from James Franco in Sam Raimi's trilogy. He completely smashed it as Harry as well as the Goblin, and I really enjoyed it, but I just didn't like this guy playing as Harry, and I think he's a great actor as well, but I just didn't like it. I preferred his Goblin side. The music in the movie was a big problem for me. You had dubstep playing, you had some weird soundtrack throughout, and they really, at certain points, they didn't need to play so much music. It felt like every scene had so much music, and sometimes it just felt a bit too much, and they just needed to change some of the songs which they chose as well. I think this movie has similar problems as Spider-Man 3. Now, there's too many villains and a cramped storyline, and the thing is with this movie is the villains weren't in it a lot like Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, you had Venom in it quite a bit, because obviously Peter obviously had the black suit, as well as Eddie. But also you had Sandman in it quite a bit because of his storyline, and it just felt too much. Too much in that movie. But in this movie, the villains ain't in it a lot, but there is just too many villains. There's too much storyline going on. It's too crammed. I don't know what it is. They just really didn't know how to write the story when it comes to the villain side. And Rhino in this movie was, oh my god. He looked terrible. The costume for that character looked terrible. He just shouldn't have been in the movie. If it was Goblin and Electro, it would have made a lot more sense. So guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look at what the critics had to rate this movie. We have IMDb giving it a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 52%. And Metacritic giving it a 53. My rating for this movie is a 5 out of 10. That makes this a bad movie. Overall guys, this movie can be fun, it can be entertaining, but there is so many problems, especially with that storyline and some characters. The character arcs, I just think the direction was really poor in this movie, really, I do. And it's probably the worst movie of the Spider-Man franchise. I prefer Spider-Man 3 to this one. A lot of people could obviously have a debate about that, but really, this is the worst movie for me. I still think it isn't dreadful that you can't watch it. There is still some things worth it out of it. You do get some enjoyment out of it. There is some cool, unique stuff in there, but really, this isn't the one you go to. So guys, a 5 out of 10 for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Don't forget to leave your ratings and thoughts down below in that comment section, of course. And if you enjoyed this video, simply smash the thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content I'm giving you. And also shares my video around so everybody else can enjoy it and watch and give me their ratings and views on this movie, of course. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell if you're new here. You ain't going to want to miss stuff coming up on the channel, as well as the stuff already on the channel. We've got a bunch of stuff already on the channel, which you guys are going to enjoy when it comes to movies and TV series. There is so much already on the channel, and there's so much stuff to come. We have not finished this journey yet. We've still got to review Venom, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, as well as Spider-Man, the new movie coming out, Far From Home. I've already reviewed Spider-Man Homecoming, so I'm going to add that to the playlist for you straight after I upload this video, so you can check that out. I'll leave a link in the description and an annotation at the end of the video. You can check out that review when I reviewed the whole MCU building up to Avengers Endgame. Stay tuned guys for the next video. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springett.